Welcome to another deep dive where we unpack fascinating source material. And today we're going to be looking at Brother of the Third Degree
Yes.
by W. Garver. And
It's quite a captivating read.
yeah,
It's almost like an adventure story, but it's interwoven with these
Oh.
deeper philosophical concepts.
yeah, so like secret societies and ancient wisdom,
Yeah.
it's all kind of tied into the story.
Exactly. It's not just a superficial thriller. It's using that narrative to explore
Right.
bigger questions.
So the main character, Alfonso Colano,
Yes.
his life story is basically the vehicle for all of this.
Right. And what can we learn from his experiences? That's what we're going to be diving into.
So let's start at the beginning. The book opens with Alfonso's childhood in Mexico.
Right. Seemingly idyllic childhood.
Yeah, like perfect parents, incredible education, but
But there are these subtle hints
yeah.
that something more is going on.
Like what?
Well, for instance, every Wednesday night, there's this meeting. In Alfonso's father's locked laboratory, always the same 12 men. What do you think, listener?
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit suspicious.
Right, it makes you wonder.
And then there's this character, Adept Alvarez, who kind of appears out of nowhere.
Mysterious figure.
Yeah, and he starts talking about past lives and destiny and...
Right, and he seems to have some kind of psychic ability.
Yeah, like he knows things he shouldn't know.
Exactly, and this is where Garver starts to introduce those mystical, esoteric elements. It's not just a straightforward coming-of-age story. There's something deeper going on.
And then things take a really dramatic turn. When Alfonso's family is split up, his mother and sister are sent to Paris.
Yeah, and then there's this devastating storm.
Yeah, and you're left wondering what happened to them. Are they even alive?
It's this classic loss of innocence, forces Alfonso to confront the unknown.
So this is where his real journey begins.
Exactly. He starts his formal training with his father.
Yeah, like 7 years of intense study.
Delving into what the book calls esoteric knowledge.
What does that even mean?
Well, it's basically hidden knowledge, teachings that are passed down through specific lineages or traditions.
But not something you just learn in school.
Exactly. It's about developing higher faculties.
Like what kind of faculties?
Well, things like intuition, clairvoyance, maybe even telepathy.
Whoa.
It's about tapping into that hidden potential within the human mind and spirit.
And then just when Alfonso is really getting into all of this, his mother reappears.
Right. She's now a world-famous opera singer.
Yeah, what a twist.
But it's a brief reunion and she's gone again.
But she leaves him with a message, or rather, Adept Alvarez does.
Right. He says if Alfonso wants to see his mother again, he has to join the Brotherhood.
So it's like this mysterious organization has some kind of hold over her?
Yeah, it suggests they have real-world power.
And then Alfonso's father dies.
Another loss, another push towards the unknown.
Yeah, and his father's final instructions are to seek the Esculapian school in Paris.
So everything is pointing him towards this mysterious city and this secret society.
So he arrives in Paris, guided by Monsieur Garcia.
Who gives him some interesting advice.
Yeah, Garcia tells him to gain worldly credentials while he's pursuing this esoteric knowledge.
It's about balance, the inner and the outer worlds.
So it's not just about retreating to a cave and meditating.
No, it's about engaging with the world,
Right.
but with a higher level of awareness.
And in this kind of environment, Alfonso meets Camille Durand.
She's described as captivating intelligent.
Yeah, and there's definitely a spark between them.
But there's also a sense of mystery surrounding her.
Yeah, like what's her connection to the Brotherhood?
Exactly, and she's going to play a significant role in Alfonso's journey.
And that journey takes a major turn when he receives an invitation from Madame Petrovna.
Madame Petrovna, a powerful figure in the Parisian occult underworld.
Okay, so this is where things start to get really interesting.
Oh, yes. This is where Alfonso enters the inner circle.
He's literally taken on a veiled carriage ride through a hidden estate.
Filled with symbolic art, cryptic conversations.
It's like stepping into a secret world.
A hidden dimension of reality.
And then the initiation ritual itself, he signs a pledge, vows to serve humanity.
A point of no return.
Yeah, he's in it now.
But what does it truly mean to serve humanity?
That's a big question, and I guess that's what we'll be exploring as we delve deeper into Alfonso's journey.
Exactly, and there are many more twists and turns to come.
So we left off with Alfonso, like right on the cusp of entering this mysterious brotherhood.
Yeah, he's taken that first step into a whole new world.
And it sounds like his journey is about so much more than just like learning secret knowledge.
It really is. It's about transformation, facing challenges, and making tough choices.
And this Hall of Choice thing, that's a pretty pivotal moment, right?
Absolutely. It's a classic dilemma, love and family versus a higher purpose.
I mean, would you be able to choose
It's a question we all have to ask ourselves at some point in our lives, What are we willing to sacrifice for something greater than ourselves?
And in the end, Alfonso chooses the path of renunciation.
Yeah, he dedicates himself fully to the Brotherhood's mission.
Even though it means giving up his happiness with Iole.
It's a testament to his commitment.
Yeah.
He's not just seeking knowledge, he's striving for a higher level of consciousness.
But what about Iole? How does she react to his decision?
What's interesting is that she doesn't try to hold him back.
Really?
She seems to understand the depth of his calling and even supports his choice.
So it's not this, tragic Romeo and Juliet situation.
No, their relationship takes on a new form based on mutual respect and shared purpose.
So their love kind of evolves.
Exactly, becomes something more universal, more aligned with the Brotherhood's ideals.
But that doesn't mean his path is easy.
Not at all. He faces all sorts of trials and challenges.
Like what kind of trials?
Well, there's this one particularly vivid scene where he journeys into a subterranean realm.
Like an underworld.
Yeah, it's described as the descent into the depths of his own being.
What do you think that symbolizes?
I think it's about confronting the shadow self. Those darker aspects of our nature that we often try to suppress.
And he encounters this Black Brotherhood down there.
Right, they represent the corrupt use of power, the temptation to use knowledge for selfish gain.
So it's not just about what you know, it's about how you use it.
Exactly, and Alfonso is constantly being tested both by external forces and his own inner demons.
And then there are all these missions he undertakes for the Brotherhood.
Yeah, he travels all over the world using his knowledge to help others.
Like what call the missions?
Well, he acts as a healer, a teacher, sometimes even a secret agent working behind the scenes to influence events.
Sounds like he's trying to make the world a better place.
He is, but it's not always clear-cut.
How so?
Well, some of his actions seem to contradict the Brotherhood's principles of non-interference.
So it raises questions about the ethics of power.
Right. When is it justified to intervene even for a noble cause?
That's a tough one.
It is. And the book doesn't offer easy answers.
But through all of these challenges, Alfonso continues to grow and evolve.
He's learning to balance wisdom with compassion, to trust his intuition.
It's like he's becoming a more complete human being.
And he's realizing that true enlightenment is not a solitary pursuit.
It's about connecting with others who share a similar vision.
Working together to create a better future.
And that's something we can all strive for in our own lives, even if we don't have secret societies and mystical powers.
Absolutely. Alfonso's journey is a metaphor for our own pursuit of knowledge and growth.
So as we head into the final part of our deep dive, we're left with a lot to ponder.
What does Alfonso's journey teach us about sacrifice wisdom and the complexities of working for a greater good? We'll explore these questions further in part 3.
Okay, so we're in the final stretch of Alfonso's journey, and it sounds like things are getting really intense.
Yeah, this is where the book really dives into the idea of transformation.
Like, not just for Alfonso, but for the world around him.
Exactly. Remember, the story takes place during a time of, major historical upheaval, wars, revolutions.
Right.
So there's this sense that Alfonso's personal journey is mirroring these larger changes.
Like his growth is somehow connected to the evolution of humanity as a whole.
Yeah, that's one of the key themes Garver seems to be exploring.
And this is also where we encounter Count Saint Germain.
Ah, yes, a legendary figure shrouded in mystery.
He's like the ultimate mentor.
In a way, yeah. He represents a level of wisdom and spiritual attainment that Alfonso aspires to.
And he guides Alfonso towards the third degree.
The highest level of initiation within the Brotherhood.
Okay, so we've been hearing about this third degree throughout the book. What does it actually mean?
It represents complete renunciation, a transcendence of personal desires and attachments.
So like becoming totally selfless.
Yeah, merging with a universal consciousness, dedicating oneself fully to the service of humanity.
That sounds pretty intense.
It requires the ultimate sacrifice, the surrender of the individual ego.
Like letting go of everything that makes you you.
In a sense, yes. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, the illusory nature of the separate self.
And one of the most powerful examples of this is when Alfonso has to let go of his love for Iole.
Yeah, that's a heart-wrenching moment, but it also speaks to the depth of his transformation.
Like he's reached a level of consciousness where even love takes on a different form.
A more universal compassion that encompasses all beings.
And it's through this act of letting go that he completes his journey.
He becomes a vessel for the universal consciousness, a conduit for the Brotherhood's mission.
So what happens to him after that?
The book becomes more symbolic at this point.
Okay.
Suggesting that his existence transcends the limitations of ordinary experience.
So he's still working for the Brotherhood, but in a more subtle way?
Yeah, like an invisible force guiding humanity towards a brighter future.
What about Iole?
The text doesn't explicitly state her fate, but it suggests she also achieves a high level of initiation.
So they're still connected in a way.
Yes, their bond endures on a deeper level, united by their shared purpose.
It's a beautiful thought that even though their romantic love has been transcended, their connection remains.
It speaks to the enduring power of love in its most evolved form.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a sense of awe and mystery.
Yeah, Garver's book really challenges us to think about the possibilities of human potential.
The transformative power of dedication and the vast unknown that lies beyond our ordinary perception.
Brother of the Third Degree is more than just a story. It's an invitation to explore the deeper dimensions of ourselves and the universe.
To question our assumptions, to seek knowledge, and to strive for a higher understanding of our place in the grand scheme of things.
It's a journey worth taking.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Brother of the Third Degree.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
We hope you've gained some valuable food for thought, and don't forget to check back daily for a new episode.
And if you're interested in learning more about this topic, be sure to check out our website or send us a message on WhatsApp.
Thanks for listening, and keep diving.